What's up, y'all? It's the Yungavelle here, back at it with another video. I hope you guys are doing great. Want to switch up the background a little bit, so we are in a different part of my house. So, the question of the hour: does Nofap really work? No, I'm just kidding. Hell yes, it does. But a lot of people get on Nofap for for different reasons, right? For one of the reasons is the magnetism, the women attraction. But one of the reasons that I think is overlooked, or rather should I say, one of the things that ends up happening because you stay on this path is you start to really see how much you are for short-term gratification versus long-term gratification. And that is, to me, that's one of the biggest things. And a lot of us as men growing up in this hypersexualized society have not gone a long enough period of time away from things that elicit short-term gratification to know how it feels when you reap the benefits of something long-term gratification, something referenced long-term gratification. So long-term gratification is results from basically you putting in the work for an extended period of time and obviously not seeing the results immediately. And the thing about long-term gratification and why it's more preferred, or I would say it's a better option than short-term gratification, is because when the gratification from the long-term result happens, it lasts longer than the short-term gratification. So I know that might seem obvious, but you won't appreciate it until you actually feel how good it feels and how long that feeling lasts of goodness. After you put something in, you put the work in, and then you get the result, you won't appreciate that and unless you feel it. You got to be in that feeling and actually know that you could be sustained off of that for a long enough period of time where you're like, you know what, this option is better than the short-term gratification, because like I've said in other videos and like other videos on this topic thoroughly explain, short-term gratification comes with a high spike of dopamine, a high spike of good feeling, and then a sharp drop after. So this sharp drop is what I like to call the tax man. So you think that like you're coming on the way up, but don't forget you're going to have to pay the tax man. The tax man is going to come to collect. And when he comes to collect, he's going to come in the form of low mood. Your mood is going to be shitty. You're going to feel right back to where you were, if not a little bit lower, because your dopamine threshold might have just dropped a little bit. So the thing about long-term gratification is it moves like this. Nice, steady upswing. So that when that it's not a huge dopamine spike that occurs when you get that result. It's a nice, steady, smooth rush. Rush is not the right word, but it is a feeling. Point in case for me, one of the best feelings that I have had thus far in my life was graduating from the academy. It was 7 months long, 7 months of just arduous grinding yourself to make yourself better, essentially, bud yourself into a new person and all that, and add new skills and all that kind of stuff. And just I was different at the end. So after the 7 months, graduation comes, and I remember whatever, we all got our badges and stuff, and I remember walking past my mom, my dad, my sister, my stepdad, and my stepmom, and I just looked at my dad, and my dad he had tears in his eyes, and he was like hitting his heart, like, like this is, man, and that feeling right there, like I will always remember that feeling as one of the best feelings in my life. Not to get like all religious or spiritual or anything, but like that right there was a manifestation to me of God's love. Like I saw how blessed I am to be able to experience this and that particular experience, and I was just like, man, thank you, God, for putting me in the position where I can experience something like that. And that feeling, like I could still derive benefit and good feelings off of that thought to this day, just by recounting it in my mind. And the whole point is that it was the journey of the 7 months and even prior, the whole process before, that allowed that, or that is still allowing me to derive benefit off of just thinking about that. So long-term gratification, like I said, when you're in it though, like when you're in, like when I was in the academy, and it was like 3.5 months in or 4 months in, and it's hot as hell up in Tallahassee, and I'm on the firearms range, had a heat stroke, bro. When you're going through it, it sucks. When you're going through it, those are the crucial pivotal moments where you're like, you know what, you cannot fold. You cannot fold in those pivotal moments, because those are the moments where it counts. It's so easy to be like, wow, this is great, this is amazing, this is great. But like when you're in that long ass process and you're in a down point, that's the crucial moment. It's like, for example, when you're on the Nofap journey and you have idle time. When you come back home from work or whatever, we have like a 3 to 4 hour window where we have to occupy our time. And it's during that idle time where if you're first starting out on the process, you'll start to see that those urges will start to creep back in to try to get you, you're bored, so your urges try to like grab your attention. So it's in that idle time. It's when you're in that period of you're not there yet, you're still going there. That's when you got to get up, you got to get it in your mind that, I'm going to get this done because I want my brain to rewire, or like I want to get to this goal, and for us on the Nofap journey, one of the main goals is rewiring our brain to long-term gratification, because long-term gratification works such that the little things in your daily life start to give you dopamine hits. So those little things, reading books, just chilling, relaxing, sleeping when you get in your bed, meditating, eating right, you get those dopamine hits steadily throughout your day, and your dopamine baseline is a nice coast, as opposed to, damn, I feel shitty, let me get a nice instant gratification, damn, I feel shitty again, even more. So I got to keep doing said thing. So you won't feel that you won't appreciate how good it feels to engage in long-term gratification until you put in the work and then receive that feeling at the end. But don't worry about the feeling, focus on putting in the work. So that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Live abundantly, like this is saying right here. Know that it's the natural way. It is. The universe is abundant. So bring that into your space. If you got anything from this video, hit the like button, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Really helps out with the channel. Really helps more people to see it. Helps the YouTube algorithm. Check out my merchandise, Awakened Alpha. That's the time that I'm on. That's the time that we're on. 2021 is our year. I'm making it our year. I'm making it my year. Grab life by the balls and crush it. So until next time, like I always say, guys, remember, a greater perspective can lead to a greater connection. Peace.